And hope we don't spook them this time. So RIP goats that didn't work out as intended. Let's go down there and let's see if we can find the black bighorn sheep. But that was lucky. That was so lucky. I still can't get over how lucky we just got within the first half hour of streaming. I'm shook. This is just ridiculous. That's like, imagine you're going out for the hunting for the first time and you run into like the perfect sheep. If you show up to that with that to like a hunting club and you're like, hey guys, I just bagged like the biggest bighorn sheep with like a score of, I don't even know what the real life scoring for bighorn sheep is, with like almost max score on this goat or on this sheep. You just gotta make sure you don't get murdered stepping out the door there, because some people wait years, try for years and years to get an animal like that. And you're just rolling up there like, yeah, this happened. Oh, goats. Okay, this is actually... This is what I meant when I said you can actually cheese this entire exercise. And you can cheese the stalking and just approach them. She's actually running pretty far with the car, because the car moves faster than they can spook. So that's what happened here. We moved faster than they could spook. Now we just gotta hope that they didn't spook the bighorn sheep. Now we just gotta hope that the bighorn sheep were on their other zone, not on this one, because if they were at this one, then we just spooked them to hell and gone. Which would be bad. Because I didn't come here for goats. I mean, it's nice that we found the goats. But I don't even think I hit this one correctly. Medium amount of blood, air bubbles. Yeah, that was a lung hit. That was not a hard hit. I'm still moving slowly, just on the off chance that the bighorn sheep are over there. Which they shouldn't be, hopefully. But God knows anything is possible today. Can't see anything, so let's close in. There's our goat. Okay, we got a tiny little bit of cavity damage. I'm not sure if that's actually enough. I'm not sure if that is enough for the mission. There's a very easy way to find out. If you want to find out whether the animal is useful for the mission or not, switch to another mission and then try to sell the animal. Oh! You will get a pop-up window that will tell you you're going to harvest an animal that can be used to make progress on one of your inactive objectives between the hooves. So apparently, even just a tiny little bit of cavity damage is enough, which is good. We want that. So let's go to the mission between the hooves. And yeah, let's use her for this mission. Now, what this pop-up says here, by hunting male or female animals, you can change the numbers of the animal population. Take this with a very big grain of salt, okay? The developers have confirmed on Discord that the effect of this is pretty small. The game will generally try to maintain the herd size and the herd male-female ratio. So while you can influence the herd size a little bit if you hunt a lot of females or a lot of males, you really have to hunt a lot of females or a lot of males exclusively in order to influence it. And for most normal players during normal play, it will just not be noticeable. But if you're shooting like, I don't know, 16 red deer every day, you might notice something. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. It's only a small increase or decrease in population size. Specifically, if I remember correctly, if you shoot a lot of females, it will decrease the population size, and if you shoot a lot of males, it will increase the population size. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tried it myself because it doesn't match with the usual style of hunting that I do. And unfortunately, I just don't have the time to test for multiple styles. Okay, there's something over there in a distance of 200 meters. Let me actually put the exploration marker over there. Because that's the hunting stand. And we want to go for the black sheep. Attempt number 2 of sneaking up on this herd to take out the black sheep. Now this is either the bighorn sheep herd that was spooked when we shot the mountain goats, or it is the mountain goats themselves. I have only heard branches cracking. I have not heard any identifiable animal signs yet, so maybe goats, maybe sheep, I don't know. If it's the sheep, it's the herd that will have the black bighorn sheep in it. If it's goats, then we don't care about them too much right now. Oh, they must be right behind that ridge. That sucks. That really sucks. That's gonna make approaching them so difficult. Can I even see what they are? Ah, those are the goats. Okay. Well, I'm not too worried about the goats, honestly. If the goats spook, I'm fine with that. I mean, it means I'm gonna have to hunt more goats for Felicia, but I am fine with this. Also, one other common misunderstanding from people is about the... Wait, there's even more mountain goats. There's 2 herds of mountain goats here, okay. One common misunderstanding about this game is sometimes people advise that you should only take out... only take out mature females because, or you should not take out young females because they can breed more. The age of the animal has no influence on how many new animals will spawn. A young female will not produce more new spawns than a mature female, so really the main reason why you want to vary about age is when it comes to missions. If a mission actually specifies a specific age that you need, or if you need X kilogram of meat, or X pounds of meat if you're using Imperial, because mature animals generally have more meat on them, because they are bigger, they have grown for longer. And so for the missions that actually require a lot of meat, you would generally want to hunt mature animals. Depending on the species, Sometimes the male matures will be a lot bigger than the female matures, like for example all the antlered species, elk and such on, elk, deer, sheep, goats, all of that. But really when it comes to, we are not going into this hunting stand. We have a clear shot on this sheep. I would rather get this mission done than accidentally spook him by going into the hunting stand. So we are just going for the shot on this bighorn. Oh, get out from your female bodyguards. There you go. That should have been a long shot. At least single, if not double. So yeah, but for some animal species, like most of the bird species, for example, male, female does not really matter much for them. If we go, for example, to the pheasants. Okay, the pheasants are a bad example, but for the ducks, for example, they are pretty much the same in weight. The hares, the females are actually slightly bigger than the males. Doesn't matter much though. So you can see for different species the difference can be quite noticeable. For some more than others. But generally, if a mission requires X amount of animals, you want to go for or X kilogram of animal meat, you want to go for mature animals. Okay, that was just urine. That shows us that they were here recently. Pink, medium amount of air bubbles. Yep, that's a single long shot. Now this is one of the mission animals, as far as I know, that can actually change its age. So this one can change its age and can grow. So in our case, he's a 1-star adult. But if I remember correctly, his fitness is always exactly the same. So his fitness is 50%. And if you inspect him, you can see he is, in fact, a very, very dark bighorn sheep. What's his score? 296. Okay. Well, we are going to taxidermy you because you're kind of unique. Maybe we can put you in a diorama together with the 5-star mountain goat. That would be neat. Alright. We need to go back to Felicia Yee's cabin. So now that we have actually completed all of the missions that require us to canvas herds, we can get to the kind of hunting I normally do in this game, which is just wandering the map, going from question mark to question mark, or if we have a mission that requires us to go to a specific place, go to the specific place, to the next specific place, and just shoot whatever is relevant to missions while we're at it. But first we're going to do Felicia Yee's cabin's mission, so we have access to her private hunting grounds. I inherited the land from my grandparents, who came from China and wanted to become successful farmers, but found the soil too poor for farming. They eventually bought more land and were very prosperous. That's why my father became a vet. He was also fascinated with animal biology. Yeah, I don't understand a leap in logic from one to the other, but okay. I see both art and science as ways of understanding our world, and taxidermy blends them both. To successfully represent an animal, the anatomy has to be correct. You need to capture the character of the species as well as of the individual animal. When it's used for educational purposes, like a diorama or habitat display, you must understand the environment, type of plants, soil, other species, prey, and insects. And understanding chemistry is also vital to properly preserving different skins. I don't agree when people see taxidermy as trophy collecting or something morbid. Thank you for the bighorn sheep, River. I will capture his wild spirit in my art and honor him. I will need a special environment for this piece I'm working on, so for this next job I need you to collect some flowers for me. They are rare in these mountains, but still manage to survive, which is what I like about them. Okay. Now we're getting to the flower collecting mission. Oh boy. So you can see these flowers are high up here in the mountains. if you try to just go straight for them, like if you go to the side of the lake and you just try to go straight up there, you are going to fail. Because pretty much the only way to safely get up there is to follow either this. I believe both of the roads lead up there. Yeah, because they both converge. So one road goes up here and the other path goes down here. So you either follow this path to get up to them, or you follow this path to get up to them. There's really no other way. If you try to shortcut this, you are going to get in trouble. You are going to die so many times trying to climb these mountains. I do not recommend it. So we're just going to follow the path. If we're lucky and we see some mountain goats along the way, then we're going to get them. But otherwise, we are going to be sticking pretty closely to the path. I'm going to put down some markers so we can still take some breaks now and then to listen for more goats. But mostly we are just trying to go see if we can get to these flowers. This is going to take a while, but it's going to be a nice little nature hike. Like, this is actually a very beautiful hiking area. It's just a bit annoying to get to when you're in gameplay because you're not doing any hunting. Are the goats back at the... Oh, they are back. You know what? We're gonna take a short... we're gonna take a short detour. I know you already gave us a 5-star. Thank you, Herd. You are great. But I also want a young female. Either for Felicia Ye's second mission or for the hard shot. So we're gonna creep a little closer. We're gonna see if we can get a young female. That's this one in the back. She's moving now. Just a bit annoying. And she's moved enough that I can no longer see clearly. Where are you? Mature female? Young female. Okay, now she's in the front of the pack. Or the front of the herd. They've noticed us. They have gone alert. There she is. She's running. Well, not running, but walking. I think that may have been a bad shot. Although she is slow. Slow usually means... Okay, we did at least some damage. And if you remember, we already shot one here, so this is going to be enough to spook them out of this zone. This is now going to become their rare drinking zone, and they're going to go to the upper drinking zone instead. If we did not get a hard shot on her, then we will use her for Felicia Ye's final mission. Okay, she's dead. Let's go. Let's see if we manage to nick the heart at least a little. Oh, we actually nicked it quite a bit. We just were a tiny little bit too high. And a little bit too far to the left, but other than that we were pretty okay. Alright, objectives between the hoofs. Sell this one.